I got some comics to show. Oh yeah, it's Comic Book Pickups volume. Let's get to it.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Hey guys, hope you like that intro. Yes, it's the latest Comic Book Pickups volume. The first one since June, by the way. Yes, it's been about 3 or 4 months, and I've been in that little game shop picking up these books. All these come from the last 2 or 3 months. I would go in there, look around, find some nice books, and be like, okay, this can work. This looks like a good issue. And they've raised the prices on some of the books, like $2 for one box they have. And they've got the trade paperbacks. They start marking them up. But, yeah, it happens. But we still got dollar books, and most of these are dollar books. So, let's get to it, right? Let's get to the finds, and yeah, I think the ecstasy of gold is a little bit loud. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this one off for now. Yeah, okay. I was gonna play that through there, but anyhow, one of the first books I picked up, and this was a $2 book, was All-Star Batman. And when Scott Snyder launched this book, I was really wanting it at the time, but I didn't want to pay that price for it. At the time, I think it was like, God, I can't remember what the price was. I think it was a $4 or $5 book, and I was like, nah, I don't want to pay that for it. And one of the shops put $6 on it, but it never did sell for that because the guys sold it in a $2 booth, as you see that final sticker. But yeah, with the people attached to this, I went ahead and got it, and because I'm a big Batman fan, as you saw these miscellaneous titles, and why not? And that's the first time I saw the first issue of All-Star Batman, because every place I went to always had 2, 3, 6. You know, they'd have all these other issues except number 1. Now, another book I picked up, and this was a Marvel one, and it's from the 70s. And I was trying to get this. I went ahead and decided to pick up some of this run because I was wanting to get this title. It's Amazing Adventures, War of the Worlds with Killraven. And Killraven used to be a popular character from what I remember back in the Marvel times, back in the 70s and 80s. And I don't know how long this title ran. This is number 36. I know it did. I think I think it ran until 38 or 39. I'll have to see. Now, sticking with Marvel, a trend back in the 90s was special covers. All the companies done it. Marvel, DC, Independence, Chromium, Die Cut. You know, any type of special cover they could do and gimmick to sell a book. Malibu, I believe, had a bullet hole type thing, with a hole through the whole book. I may have that one. I always pick up some goofy stuff, and I probably don't have it, but it was funny gimmicks. And one of the gimmicks was that Marvel had their dark characters like Blaze and Morbius and the Night Stalkers in a crossover called the Midnight Massacre. And this is Morbius number 12, and it's a cardstock cover. It's a black one, and Johnny Blaze. This was Blaze Spirits of Vengeance. This might be the team up title with Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider. At the time, they was overdoing Ghost Rider. He had like 3 monthly titles. I think there was the main Ghost Rider title with Danny Getch. Then you had Johnny Blaze, and then you had the Spirits of Vengeance title where they teamed up. So this crossover, I think, ran through all the books. And for $1 a piece, I went ahead and picked them up because I think they're goofy, fun covers to have. I mean, these black cardstock covers, I thought these kind of cool and neat. So you never know. They might be worth it. Now, one title that I've thought about picking up, and I'm gonna hold off on it because I've got too many titles to pick up now. Now moving on, one title that I've thought about collecting, and I'm gonna let it go for now because I've got too many titles. I'm trying to collect Hellblazer. I'm trying to finish that run out. That's one of the ones I'd like to finish all the Grant Morrison Doom Patrol, and possibly get that whole series of Doom Patrol. I know the later '80s issues, later in the '80s ain't worth squat, but I've got all the important issues with the Doom Patrol. But I'd like to get that whole run. But a Marvel series that I like is Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight number 34, and it's got a cool game book of the Incredible Hulk. I think this is a card game or a board game. Become the Hulk. That's kind of cool. But yeah, Alpha Flight 34 with Wolverine, and I think Jim Lee did the art on one of these issues, 33 or 34. I got Alpha Flight number 40 with the special anniversary cover. That's the only reason I picked up the anniversary covers. I'd like to get all those. I think Eddie has them all. I think he got them all for that. And I was with him a long time ago when he done that. So, moving on, I picked up a movie that just came out based on them, and it's the Fantastic Four, number 336. Eddie went and seen this back in August, and I could kick myself because I never got to see it, but this is part of Acts of Vengeance. And it's very weird that, they got half the cover cut off. I think the other half is the 337. They just did the half. I think you put the two covers together. I think that's what he was going for. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Now, going with DC, and I went ahead and picked this one up because this is a neat book. Now, there was two Superboy series back in the 90s. One was the mainstream DC Universe Superboy with Connell, and that one ran for 100 issues. It basically limped to 100. DC basically kept it going just to get to 100, just to have an anniversary issue. The sales had gotten so bad, I mean, it was basically near death. I think Joe Kelly was the final writer of the series, but Tom Grummett and them had started the book, and it was a hot one. But enough about that Superboy series. This Superboy series was based on the show, the late 80s, early 90s, Gerald Christopher and series. And this one actually is The Adventures of Superboy, as seen on TV. This is number 13. And I'm not even going to pronounce that character's name because I can't pronounce it. He's the imp from the fourth dimension, as we know. Kind of cool. I like that cover. Now on the back, and this is very weird, man, this is eerie, is WrestleMania Challenge with the Hulkster brother and the Ultimate Warrior. Now, it's kind of sad, man, when you look at this WrestleMania Challenge NES game, everyone's passed away. Andre, the Big Boss Man, the Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, all gone. All gone. Hogan was the last one of that cover. He just passed away a couple months ago. Now, speaking of anniversary covers, like I said earlier, I got another one, and this was Iron Man, number 212. And I'm a big, I would like to get the classic run of Iron Man. I like the red and silver Iron Man. That was kind of cool at its time era, where Tony had just come back and got the armor and got his company back from Mustaine. That was a good long plot. That ran for issues. That ran for like 2 or 3 years. Back then, storylines could run that long, man. They could build them up and deliver. And this was one of them. Like I said, I love these anniversary covers. I think Eddie has them all. I think I was with him one time when he had to pick up the final couple that he needed. Going back to DC, I got DC Comics Presents Superman and Arion, Lord of Aaron. Aaron, Lord of Atlantis. This was number 75. And I've got most of these issues. And I tell you what, this is a kind of... I wish I kept my figures. I don't know whatever happened to them. But back in the 80s, the DC Superpowers figures were kind of darn cool, man. Look at that. You had Lex Luthor, Superman. Look at all those classic figures. But yeah, love this issue. I don't know who they're fighting. I have no idea who this villain is. It looks like it's a Minotaur. I think it is a Minotaur. But yeah, this was Superman's team up title. He would team up with every character, Sergeant Rock, the Atom. It ran like 87 issues. Yeah, it was 87 because or 97. I'm sorry, 97 issues. And I think the final issue was the Lady Quark and God, I can't think of his name. Pariah and them, because it spun out of Crisis. Okay, the next couple issues are comedy issues. I picked these up because they made me laugh. This was from the Ren and Stimpy show. This is Powder Toast Man special. Powder Toast Man. America's favorite breakfast hero. I like that. Leave everything to me. Yes, Powder Toast Man. You can see Ren and Stimpy. He is their favorite hero. I went ahead and picked it up. I was like, that's kind of cool. I like that. Another one I picked up, and I think Eddie might get into this character now. It is, wait a minute. There's 2 issues in one. I just noticed that. No, it's all one big issue. I thought I might have got 2 in one, but this is the Ambush Bug Stocking Stuffer issue. This is about near Christmas time, and Ambush Bug has got the spirit of Christmas. And again, on the back is another cool ad. Go Voltron Force. Yeah. Where does it say? Ambush Bug. I like that. And finally, we got the last comedy issue, and I wanted to get this one because I actually remember this being advertised in one of the 80s fans. I think Amazing Heroes. I saw this advertised. I was like, yeah, I kind of gotta get this. It is Fred Hemrick Destroys the Marvel Universe. And yeah, this is kind of cool. And I like the back cover. I like that back cover. Yeah. I do like the question, will the Punisher destroy Fred Hemrick? Find out inside. Yeah. All 3 fun comic issues. I had to get those. Because they look kind of cool. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. We're getting to the last 6 issues. Let's get this done. Now, I found this one, and it surprised me, in the dollar bin. And I think I needed this issue. It is the Jungle Adventure. And I think this reprint, I think this is either this is a trade paperback or a prestige one-shot. This has Walt Simonson, Michael Magnolia, and Bob Wycek. I had to get that, the Jungle Adventure with Wolverine. And you can see him fighting Apocalypse. Yes, Apocalypse. Going back to DC, I picked up an issue of the Grant Morrison Doom Patrol I needed. Like I said, I don't need that many issues. I'm down to like maybe 2 or 3 issues I need of the Grant Morrison Doom Patrol run. And this is number 55. And I'm trying to get that whole series. I'm trying to get it, and I'd like to get Animal Man. I'd like to get the books that he done like that, because Doom Patrol was weird. Doom Patrol, he took Doom Patrol in this weird direction, like a painting that ate Paris, and the Doom Patrol goes in to save the city of this painting, and the Mr. Nobody and the Scissor Men and all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, it was weird. It was some weird stuff. Weird stuff. Staying with DC, I picked up a reprint of the New 52 Superboy series. And this one is, I can't explain it. It's not Connell. It's another Superboy. And from what I remember reading of the description, this character was a bad guy. And he was just basically, he wasn't the Superboy that we know. He was a new Superboy in the New 52. And I think after 20-some issues, he was replaced by this Connell we know. It was just weird. It was just a weird Superboy attempt. I think that was it. I think that's the gist of it. Scott LaBelle was writing the series. I know he was controversial at the time. And I think at one time, the New 52 had promised they was going to have Chuck Austin write a book. Well, all of a sudden, all hell broke loose, and they had to pull the book. I forgot what it was, but people say that didn't happen. I think it was an army book he was going to do, and it was pulled back, and it's crazy. It was crazy. Crazy times in the New 52. Now back to Marvel, and I believe this may be the final issue of Amazing Adventures. This was Amazing Adventures number 38, and again with Killraven. I think this could be the final issue of the series. I think this is it right here. Don't hold me to it. I don't know if I'm right or not. I could be wrong, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. But this was a, you know, I think, yeah, it's got versions of Iron Man and all these Marvel characters. And the demonic Daredevil character looks wild, but yeah. I don't know if that's the last issue. I have to do some. I'll have to look it up online, and I'll have to put in the, if it is or not. You know, a real final issue is this one. And back in the 90s, DC and Milestone, DC had started publishing Milestone comics, and the imprint had Static, Hardware, Icon. It had all these characters, and Zombie was one of them. And this was a character that ran for like I think 40 plus issues, I think, or 41. I think I'm trying to look for the number on here, but this was the extra size final issue of the character, and the books ran for a few years. DC tried their best to push them. They had a big crossover with Superman before. I think it was right before 0 Hour. It was Worlds Collide. It was Metropolis was destroyed at the time, and they had the characters from the Dakota universe, the Milestone universe crossover, and meet Superman and stuff. It was pretty unique. Now, this one was one I've been wanting to look for a while. This was a $2 book. And normally I wouldn't pay it for this price, but this is actually a first appearance. And it's a Teen Titans issue that I've been looking for a couple years now. And it is the New Titans number 36. It is, and this, it finally happens, Starfire kills, and it's the Wildebeest. The first appearance of the Wildebeest. And the Wildebeest would become a big set of characters by Wolfman a couple years later. This was in 1987. So a couple years later, the Wildebeest would be led by, well, he's not on the cover, but it would be led by Deathstroke's son, Jericho. He would be led by Jericho, and the whole revelation was Jericho had turned bad, and it was a good betrayal storyline, but the Wildebeest's first appearance is here in this book, and I was kind of happy to get it, because I've got almost all the Teen Titans rugs. I got Brother Blood, I've got the Wildebeest now, I've got Deathstroke, I got the Hive, I've got all their first appearances, and that was one of them that I needed there. And that's the good way to end this volume. And, yeah, that shop had some good stuff the last few months. I would go in, find a couple books, put them up. Go in, find a couple books, put them up. It was just like a thing I was doing. I was going in every few months, put them up. And that's how you should do it, And 19 issues over 3 months ain't bad, So maybe, hopefully, if I get some more, there might be one in November. If not, probably be next year. So, I want to thank you for watching and enjoying the latest Comic Book Finds volumes this year. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like and sub the channel. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think. And, yeah, I picked up some pretty weird stuff from the 90s, and that's just me. But thanks for watching. Until next time, keep on reading.